attention, please. We'll be getting our festivities underway in just a few moments. Just want to remind everyone that we'll be getting set with our Junior Handler Showcase. We'll also have the Veterans Showcase, along with performance speed jumping and our Secret Chase finals. That will be our agenda for this afternoon. So I'd like to get people situated before we get set for the playing of our national anthem. Have your attention, please. Welcome to the 2018 Cynosport Games here in Westworld in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. Let's give a nice warm welcome to our judge for our junior handlers, Patty Drum. Our junior handlers today will be Heather Braun and Asiana Manasriel. And coming to the line first will be Nike, a border collie handled by Heather Braun.
All right, we're starting out now with junior handlers. Up first is Heather Braun with a border collie Nike.
have a 13 obstacle course. Nicely done.
Very nice performance there by Nike and Heather. And now coming to the line will be Baxter. Baxter's an Australian Shepherd that's handled by Asiana Monastrial.
Who's our second junior handler, Julie? Nicely done.
Second and last junior handler. Again, this course is based on, but not identical to, the course that the other dogs will be running later this afternoon.
Which we will have a walkthrough here very shortly after this is done. They're basically just changing scenarios.
That's right. So we have one bar down in the opening. Lovely attitude. I'm thrilled to see how happy these dogs are to run.
We've taped the judge's hands to their waists so no calls can be made.
That's correct, except she accidentally did call that bar down. Go, Asiana, go. Gotta push, gotta push. Nicely
Right,
done.
nicely
Nicely done. Great sportsmanship. Good job by our junior handlers. It's a lot on them, Andy, to come here into the big ring with all these people watching them. So they did a great job under pressure.
Yes, they did wonderful. Absolutely. So for folks at home, to my left, it's my pleasure to have Julie Daniels back to help do the announcing here for our finals rounds here in veterans performance speed jumping steeplechase today, and then of course steeplechase Grand Prix and Performance Grand Prix tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right? Yeah. For this year, we put the two events on the same day: the Grand Prix and the Performance Grand Prix on the same day for the finals. So,
yes, which I think that's a really good change.
Yeah, I do too. I'm looking forward to that. We have a very busy day Sunday.
Yes. And we have a busy day this afternoon.
We do. After the awards for junior handlers, we'll have a very slight course change as they put in a spread jump and change the angle of a couple of the jumps and completely renumber the equipment for the veterans, the performance speed jumping, and the steeplechase course, which will all be the same, Andy. Those three groups will run the same course.
Yes. And
we'll have the three groups walking separately prior to the start of the veterans. The veterans will walk and then run, I believe. Is that correct? And then the speed jumping will walk, then steeplechase will walk, and then run those two groups. That's how I have it.
okay. I'm going to go with what you have.
I keep seeing people that I haven't seen in years, and it makes me so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here. Happy to be here.
We are
I am the
thrilled to have you
luckiest
back.
one here. I get to cheer for everybody.
You know what? I think we're all lucky to be here.
We're all lucky to be here.
You know what?
By the way, it's sunny, 80 degrees, absolutely splendid weather throughout the week, right?
Yes, we've just been. We couldn't have scripted the weather any better.
I'm going to go kiss a person, and I'll come right back.
Okay. So we're going to have our national anthem here in just a moment. And we have a youth group that's going to be doing that. And they're in position now, so here we go.
Oh my gosh.
With our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For
coming home. There's no
doing with these big events, so it's very exciting and nostalgic to see them. So I'm
Right.
sure you'll recognize some of them.
Absolutely, and these dogs are 9 years of age or older. So, and the showcase takes dogs that have run here in earlier classes, takes the top 3 dogs in each jump height, 4-inch, 8-inch, 12-inch, and 16-inch. And there are definitely a lot of names I recognize on that list, both of dogs and handlers. So.
Yeah, right. So we'll run 12 dogs total in the Veterans All-Around Showcase, and there will be awards placements for each height.
After each height is run, we'll do the awards, I believe. So. Hey, Tom, we're going to run a height, do awards.
Those of you watching at home, you can download the course map. We will be using the same course now for veterans, for performance speed jumping, and for the steeplechase finals. This is a 20 obstacle course. It is available to download online, and hopefully if you're watching on Four-Legged Flix, you'll be able also to support them through a contribution toward the expense of their running this live stream.
So the beauty with Four-Legged Flix is they're running cameras, they're running a live stream from each ring that has activity during the day. So
That's right.
Chris
right.
Durkee and his crew just do a wonderful job. They're a pleasure to work with, and so we're excited about today's coverage.
So Andy and I got a chance to walk this course along with the competitors, and I have a few notes for you, especially if you have the map in front of you. You can sort of take a quick look at it with me. It's about, I went out and measured, it's a little bit over 20 feet from the first jump to the second, and then from the second jump, which is a spread, a double spread, to the long jump. It looks very generous on the map. It doesn't really feel that generous for a big dog when you're standing out there, but it is about, if you round your turn from the spread, it's 25 feet or so to the long jump. A straight line, it's more like 22, 21 feet. But it feels tight when you're out there. If you're looking to maximize the tightness of the dog's line, you have some work to do at number 2, which is a spread and invites a bigger jump. So we will see some dogs go wide to the broad jump. I don't think they'll have trouble with the long jump. It's not a difficult approach. That's not what I mean. But we're talking about finals here, so we're talking about maximizing the efficiency of the lines. So it's a general loose arcing opening across the ring from number 1 to the tunnel in the corner at number 5, and then pushing out after that tunnel. The number 6 jump, of course, is lying a little bit. It's inviting the dogs to turn left, but they need to turn right. It's pretty much a serpentine. It's not complicated. It's a serpentine line from the jump at number 6 back over the jump at number 7 on a forward slice right into the weaves at number 8. But it's interesting coming out of the weave poles because that number 1 jump is beckoning, and the dog has to thread between the number 1 and number 2 jump to get to the tunnel at number 9. So coming out of the weaves at speed, hopefully the handler is already cueing this very slight turn to the number 9 tunnel. What did you think of that area of the course, Annie? It's beautiful. It just looks like a joy to run, and it could all go downhill very, very quickly, but it's beautiful.
I think this course in general has really nice flow. It felt great walking it.
Exactly.
But there are subtle challenges all along the way, and sometimes when we get a course like this that feels so good when we're walking it, we let our we let our guard down just a little bit.
And it'll bite you.
Yes.
If you're not steering 100% of the time, it's going to bite you. So this course was designed by Dave Wisniewski, and he actually did some of the other courses that have been run here at Cynosport, and we like this one a lot. So I think I have time to take you through the second half of the course as well. So the simple forward slice over the number 10 jump. Actually, again, it's not quite as simple as it looks because that jump is angled, but it's angled in a very user-friendly way, very slightly. The dog will have to change his line and sort of skip sideways a bit to get onto that A-frame. If he's coming hard out of that tunnel, it's just not going to be a problem as long as the handler is steering and pulling to get the front side of that jump. It is not a backside, and I can easily picture a dog come flying out of the number 9 tunnel 90 miles an hour taking the backside of number 10, just as a matter of course.
Right.
The dogs are so well trained in backsides these days that could easily happen, but it is a front side jump, and the line to the A-frame is perfectly lovely if the dog does it correctly. The push off the A-frame, or it could be a pull, I suppose, to the number 12 jump could prove interesting because the most efficient path over number 12 is to wrap tightly back toward number 13. But I think we will see some dogs go wide. I actually think we'll see some simple rear crosses there. That looks like a lovely way to handle it. There will be interesting handling choices there coming off the A-frame, the handlers on either side. To get as tight as possible a turn back to the number 13 jump. But there's plenty of safe space. There's nothing here that makes you feel the least bit like the dogs could be in trouble. They'll just go wide. But it's a final. We don't want to go wide. So it's going to be interesting to see the paths that the handlers and the dogs are invited to take from number 12 back to the number 13 jump, which is angled in a very user-friendly way. It's a front-side approach. It calls the dog correctly to the side that he wants to jump from on a forward slice. Another interesting point, at number 14, the dog comes back to the tunnel at 15 in such a way that, again, there's plenty of safe space there. We're not concerned about the dogs particularly even going off course. That's not really a danger there. But what is likely to happen is that some dogs will slice number 14 forward toward the finish line, which is an incorrect path to the tunnel. So they will have to regroup on the landing side of 14 to get back up to that tunnel to get into the closing line. And that's just not a very efficient thing to do. So hopefully we will see handlers and dogs planning for that approach to number 14. The most advantageous cue from the handler would be to put the dog's brain and line of sight onto the 15 tunnel prior to lifting off for number 14. So that's what we hope we'll see. The closing line looks absolutely beautiful. Push out for over 16 to number 17, and then run your heart out. The number 19 jump, again, is angled in a very slightly challenging way. The triple is our number 20. We are ready to go with the veterans on this beautiful, lovely, flowing course. How's that for timing?
You practiced that one a lot. Come on. Actually, she did not, and she did great, like usual. You haven't missed a beat, Julie.
Oh, you're great. So they're taking some of the long jump elements off. We're going to start with 4-inch jump height in this veterans class. The first dog up will be Eve, a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. So
with Denise
that's why
Hansford. And Greg Fontaine will be judging the Veterans Showcase for us today. Greg from North Carolina. Practically one of my neighbors.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. He does not live far away.
Yeah. Greg actually designed, I think, the steeplechase semifinals course I saw running yesterday. It was just a blast to watch. It is just such a pleasure to be here.
Well,
So what they're doing at the moment is removing the spreads.
right.
We don't have any spreads for the veterans, and the course has several of them for the steeplechase dogs.
So I think one of the other things we're seeing this weekend is all of these courses are 110 by 130, bigger rings.
Yep.
The courses are spread out a little bit more, and that creates some challenges of its own.
Yes, it does. Eve is on course with Denise. She is running beautifully. Look at
Yes.
her. Now that's a big A-frame for an older dog. She just looks great. She
Yep.
looks strong and healthy.
Yep.
This is an honor for these older dogs to be able to be here back at Cynosports, where they've already competed as younger dogs. Well done, Denise.
Yes.
Well done.
Beautiful clean run with a time of 50:75.
Next up to the line is Philip, a Pembroke Cross Corgi handled by Liubo Kovalova.
Next up, Levo Kovalova
Yeah,
with her
Levo.
Pembroke Welsh Corgi, Philip.
Another Corgi doing well.
Looks very similar to the first Corgi.
Corgis are very popular in agility, of course, and very successful, but they do have some physical challenges, so it's fantastic to see these older Corgis still trucking and their backs looking strong.
Yep.
Good boy, the crowd's behind him. Fabulous sportsmanship throughout this event. Well done, Philippe.
53:30 is their time. Next up, Carol Newman with her Shetland Sheepdog, River.
River into the tunnel. These veterans handlers are choosing pretty much to front cross between the number 6 and the number 7 jumps, therefore putting the dog on the right for the weave pulse. I think we'll see some of that.
River got called for that down contact on the A-frame. River's got a lot of sprint, a lot of energy going around.
Well
Beautiful.
done, well done.
40:88 is their time.
Well done, River.
Please sit down for our 8-inch class.
Right. Hey, Tom. Right. Somebody going to get out there for awards?
Right now, we would like to call out our competitors in the 4-inch class. First, Eve and Denise
All right.
Hanford.
Now we're going to do the awards. These dogs will get up on that podium.
Next, Philip, Liubo Kovalova.
So if you take a look at the stage with the flags, the straw, the plants, we have the first ever Grand Prix winner, Joyce Smeck and Renee Culpepper, to thank for that. Those two guys, women, ladies, have been out here volunteering at Cynosport just about every year. Forever.
Yep.
And they do so much work behind the scenes. But Joyce goes out, gets the decorations, gets the stage set, and does a fabulous job. It always looks great.
It's a beautiful backdrop. I love the flags of the countries. This is an international event.
Yes. All right,
Well
nice
done,
job.
guys.
So now we'll go to 8 inches, and our first competitor will be Sayuri Silva with Lula, the Beagle. We got a video replay coming up. Video replay, I can hear you. Yep. Correct call. So we're getting a video
thank you.
replay right now to show that we have the correct call.
This is River, the Shetland Sheepdog. Believe it or not, I think at this age it's an honor, Andy,
Yes,
to be so energetic and excited to launch off the dog walk. I've
So you're
off the
saying
A-frame rather, and Mrs. Contact's a badge.
maybe they get a bonus point for the effort?
Anyway, we have video review here going on behind us in the booth. It's very impressive what they can be watching and studying. So Lula is on course.
Yep.
Andy, the veterans compete, am I correct, at 2 jump heights below their regulation jump height?
That's correct.
Yeah. No miscontact there. Lula, 20 obstacles feels like a lot.
Love how everyone in the stands knows what can be empathetic and have a feeling for that dog's last run.
That's right.
It's just wonderful to see the camaraderie and sportsmanship that's being displayed.
It is throughout the event, really, but certainly for these older dogs.
Coming up next is Bug. Bug is a house elf handled by Jessica Brown.
Jessica Brown is up next with Bug, her house elf. Yes. Look at Bug go. We're going with steeplechase rules, so.
That's right. No refusals in steeplechase. That's correct. Go, Bug! Well done!
All right, beautiful. 39-22 for Bug. And next we have Nicole Urquida with her Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, Ruby.
Ruby's on course, moving so well. I love the tail action on the calves.
Yeah, they always have a smile.
Yeah, they always have a smile. You never see a nasty one. Good, well done. Oh, it seemed like a good move at the time, didn't it?
Right.
She was about to blind cross before the A-frame. I do think once we get to the steeplechase finals, we're going to see some interesting handling choices, both there, as I mentioned before, and in a couple of other places on this course. Well done. Good job, Ruby.
41-62 is their time, 41-62. Okay, that wraps up our 8-inch competitors. Now we'll have an award ceremony on the podium. Then we'll go up to 12 inches.
The judge, Greg Fontaine, and our trial chairman, Tom Kula, are doing the award presentations by jump height.
And we'd like to call out Bug and Jessica Brown. Once again, Lula and Sayori Silva, Bug and Jessica Brown, and Ruby and Nicole Wakita.
Got a nice crowd and all of the 10-row bleachers that go all the way around here, except for the north side of the ring, which has the podium on it. Love the backdrop of those mountains. So we're at about 81 degrees, I would say, right now. When I got here this morning at 6:30, it was 53 degrees.
Yeah, so it gets cold overnight in the desert.
It does. It's refreshing.
By the way, the desert is blooming. And not just because we water the sod every night. The desert has had an incredible amount of rain over the last month. And at my hotel, the flowers are in bloom. The shrubbery is blooming. Some of the cacti are blooming. It's absolutely beautiful out here. It's unbelievable.
As Julie mentioned, we not only increased the size of the rings this year, but we are watering the rings each and every night. And that's doing two things. It's keeping the grass green, but it's also keeping the ground soft.
Yeah.
And so dogs are getting very good footing.
Right.
They've clipped the grass. It's a very nice height.
Yep.
Very pleased with the running surface.
Yeah, that's right. But I've not heard a single complaint, and that's very unusual. People have different feelings about what's perfect surface, and everybody loves this one.
All right, out on course right now is
Demo.
Elizabeth Blanchard with Demo.
So that A-frame is a problem again. It was
Right.
a problem with the blind cross. Now it was a problem with the front cross. You know, one thing, having an older dog myself and having run an older dog, they don't see the same way they used to. So
Right.
the handling really does affect them differently. The moves that you've used all your life with this dog suddenly aren't the best moves anymore, and it's a little bit of a change as they go into older age. Beautiful. Nice job, Demo.
49.52 is their time.
Next up is Jessie, a border collie being handled by Lexi Brigante. She can still weave.
And the judge signals a fault on the down side of the A-frame.
This handler chose to change sides with a blind cross on the downside of the A-frame.
34-22. So we have two faults, both of them on the A-frame. That would add 10 points onto the score. This is time post-fault scoring.
Correct.
Out there now is Mia Grant with her border collie Vic. Always makes me feel just a little older, Julie, in that I remember a lot of these dogs when they first got started.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
where did that time go?
Where does the time go? Nicely done. I think we'll see a lot of that blind cross between the tunnel and the number 16 jump. Whoa, beautiful!
Well
Nice
done.
job, Vic.
37.58 for Vic.
Well done. Very, very pretty run. So we're getting just a little bit of a taste of some of the handling choices that we will see more of
Yes.
in the steeplechase class. I think that blind cross at the downside of the A-frame will be a popular one. And I think we will see some handlers come around the corner with the dog on the right over the A-frame and then push out and rear cross to the number 12 jump. I just can't wait to see what everybody's going to do. It's just so much fun.
It's a really nice course. So.
Yeah, with a lot of options. That's my favorite thing about handling on the course at the big events. You want to see a course where different handling styles can prevail. You don't want only one handling style to be successful.
Correct. As judges, we should be designing our courses so that people can run them with multiple handling maneuvers. Okay, we're going to get a replay here of Jessie. And Jessie missed the contact. The replay is clearly showing that.
Oh, I missed that one.
And this is Jessie, Jessie did miss the replay.
So there was a replay shown
Yes,
on the live
yes,
stream.
yes.
I think you folks are really going to appreciate this feature that we have this year. It's very, very impressive. We have we have a review judge, for example, that's up in the booth with a very large size monitor and the capability to literally go back and forth, slow-mo, regular speed, and take a look at anything that looks suspect.
All right, first up is Tim Buck with his Australian Shepherd box collar.
There we go. Good job. So right after the weave poles, these dogs are threading through 2 jumps, the number 1 and the number 2 jump. I think you will see in the steeplechase class some dogs take a look at those. The veterans are, they're not even giving a second glance to the off-course jumps. There,
wow, nice job.
Nice finish. Finished in extension, that was pretty.
46.06 was their time.
Next to the line is Bennett, a Sheltie handled by Amy Rizak.
Out on the course now is Amy Rizak with her Mutant Sheltie bandit.
And I presume she says Mutant Sheltie because of the dog's size. Actually, you wouldn't know. You'd ask, is that a very large Sheltie or a very small collie?
That's nice of you to point out.
Wonderful attitude on her dog, and she's got the right idea. She's just having a good time.
This
She's showcasing a dog who's had a lovely career.
Absolutely.
Good job. Go, Amy. Ah, how pretty.
Yeah, nice,
Amy Rizak
nice
and
job.
Bandit.
Beautiful.
Up next will be Sonic, a Belgian Terrarian handled by Susan McGowan.
All right, out there now, Susan McGowan with her Belgian Terrarian, Sonic.
They're very comfortable. Look how pretty.
Love the crowd cheering them on.
Yep. Good
All right,
job, Sonic.
well done. 50-99.
Oh, handshakes at the finish. Well done.
Now we'd like to recognize our 16th division. First up will be Oscar and Tim Buck.
That wraps up our Veterans All-Around Showcase.
We'll be coming back with our performance speed jumping finals. We'll be starting out with 5 competitors at 8 inches. Then we'll go on. We have 6 competitors at 12, 6 competitors at 14, 12 16-inch dogs, and 6 20-inch dogs. So,
And when he says competitors, he means finalists. So these people won this spot in by rising to the top in their quarterfinal and semifinal runs.
and they're seated in reverse order.
Correct.
So-
That's right. The last dog to run will be the one who finished the semifinals in the first position. Correct. We generally consider it an advantage to run last. Well done, Greg. I love the informality at this event. The camaraderie, as Andy said, is just very, very strong, very high. It's obviously a prestigious event, and the place is decked out and looks fantastic.
Feels so festive,
Yeah,
right? You got
exactly,
the tents
yeah.
and the flags
Yep.
everywhere and the banners.
That's
and
right.
The
It looks
people.
very professional and prestigious, but it's also festive, right?
Yes.
You hit the nail on the head.
All right.
And
so
casual.
Now, Dave Vaniski gets to judge his own course.
Ah, that's right. That's right. He designed this beautiful thing. Good thing we liked it.
All right. Leading off, we have a white dog, I believe, because that's no Chihuahua.
Ah. Okay, so this, when we say white dog, we mean a practice dog. This is so that no one, amongst the finalists, no one has to run first. It's considered, generally considered, a disadvantage to run first, an advantage to run
I'm going
last.
to take that back. This is not a white dog because
Okay.
she's got two dogs
Oh,
at
she
the
has
bottom.
two dogs
yes,
in final. It's Deneen.
Yes, exactly.
That is Deneen Fox, and
Yes.
she is wearing plain black pants. You
Yes.
never see her
I
run
know.
the
Where's the
final
purple?
like that.
Where's the purple?
No wonder I didn't recognize her.
Okay, so now we have
So
Camera.
so was that Stunner?
I'm going to assume that was
That was Stunner. So sorry, I got that wrong.
No. And this is Kama Ruschenberg now with her Chihuahua Porky.
Well done, Porky. Really cruising. Nice speed. Takes a look at the judge on the top of the A-frame, but
right.
didn't stop. It didn't bother him.
Finishes with a time of 38:64. Out on the course now, Jennifer Crank with her Shetland Sheepdog Clever.
So a front cross at the bottom of the A-frame. I do think we'll see most competitors blind cross between 15 and 16. That's a very smooth line if you do it that way. And she has an unusual closing. She does front cross at the bottom of the A-frame again. I'm just going to take a guess that she does that to secure the dog's contact. Just taking a guess. Don't know the dog.
The time was 34:11, 34.11. Now we have Karina Costco with her Toy Fox Terrier Bing out on the course.
Good, another speed demon. Well done. Wow, flying through the closing.
33:75 is their time. 33.75.
Made up a huge amount of time in the second half of that course. Very, very efficient lines and just flying. Good handler out of the way. So this is Masher. This is the favorite coming into this class. He finished the semifinals in first place. Deneen ran Stunner in the first position, even though Stunner was second place coming into the final.
All of a sudden it got very quiet.
Very
and
quiet.
Still. The crowd understands what's on the line.
And many of us know Masher. It's hard not to know Masher. This
It's not his first rodeo.
he's a legend. He's truly a legend. Good. So he's doing his thing. The dog just runs. So the rear cross option from 16 to 17. Just get out of the way, let him run. Good job, Masher.
31.83.
31.83.
Unfortunately, I did not get the time
On Stunner.
On Stunner, but
Yeah.
but
So we have Masher probably
I-
as our overall winner.
I just got that 32.37 was Stunner's time. So unofficially, that would put Masher first, Stunner second, Bing third, Clever fourth, Porky fifth. Just as they were seated.
In reverse order, right, just as they were seated. Exactly.
You don't see that often.
But you know what? This was a great class. These dogs all were really moving.
Our next finalist.
Absolutely.
Jennifer Frank.
Don't know if you can hear the music playing through the live stream. It's very festive as the handlers get their awards.
That's a little BTO, a little Bachman-Turner overdrive.
You know your stuff.
I'm telling you, I was in my teens back when that song came out.
Mm-hmm. Those bands are popular again today, Andy. You're hip. You're hip with it.
That's why they call it classic rock.
Yeah, that's why they call it classic rock. Oh, see, he hasn't changed a bit. Oh, I hope the camera's on him. Yeah, he's done that his whole life. He loves his tug. He does not let go. She can carry him around like that. Good boy, Masher.
Could do a polygrip ad with that dog.
Nobody even knows what you mean by that.
Now, come on. I'm willing to bet that,
No,
20% of the people here
not
would.
going there, no.
I read about it in the history books.
Hey, this podium does look great.
Again, it's
And,
Joyce and Renee.
Yep, and very
And-
light breeze, just blowing the flags from the
Joyce and
various countries here.
Joyce and Renee doing the decorating, and Feathers, our head production crew guy, putting up the truss work with his workers, hanging the banners, putting the flags out, putting the ring gating up, banners all around. Out on the course now, adjusting the A-frame is Randy Holford from Upper Minnesota, up near Duluth. Great guy. One of our judges, trial secretaries. Just a great guy. Comes down here and volunteers all week. He and Tim Laubach setting these courses. And of course, when you've got the same course in multiple rings, they've got a methodology of setting that ring so that it's identical and the equipment is identical in each ring.
Yep.
They just do a wonderful
Spacing,
job.
the angles of approach, it's a science.
And they do it when nobody's here because we got to quit. Then we bring the trucks out to water because they don't want to run anyone over. And then they set the courses up. Come back first thing in the morning before everyone gets here and just tweak them again. All right, this is Jeff Arnett now
We're off
with
and
Lexi, his Shetland sheepdog at 12 inches. We have 6 competitors at 12 inches.
Good, and here we have the blind cross into the weave poles. Different way of handling that little SERP line. Good, blind cross before the A-frame, very effective for him. Well done. He really is getting the most out of this little dog. Good handling. He's out of the way. He's very clear. Beautiful run.
37.86 is his time.
So remember, this being speed jumping, it is time plus faults. And refusals are not counted in speed jumping and steeplechase. Well, because you pay such a heavy penalty for a refusal fault, that is in effect a time fault.
All right, up now is Gosha Skowron with her All-American Riot.
Again, just flying. Good for you. Going for it. Rear cross, very effective at the A-frame. Most handlers would not make that choice. She knows her dog. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Flying.
Look at that. Go.
Beautiful. This is going to be a great final.
29.32 is their time. 29.32. This is Karen Lau now with her Staffordshire Bull Terrier Electra at the line. What happened to her second dog? And I just heard from behind me. Oh.
Okay, so that blind.
Yep.
Just a little bit late, sent her dog out wide around the tunnel.
Well, over that jump.
Yep.
The jump is kind of hidden from our view.
Yep. Yeah, but it was her blind cross that caused that.
No,
yeah,
absolutely. Lost the connection.
Yep, exactly. Beautiful. Lovely dog. What would have been an absolutely gorgeous run. Very, very ineffective blind cross. So
Kylie, the Australian cattle dog, has been scratched.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Kylie's a former champion. One of my favorites.
Now we have Gail Anderson on course with her Shetland sheepdog Steele. 2 dogs left, including Steele.
Good, well done. I love the sass. Her dog complaining. Good. Go, go, go. Oh, she's being conservative for her contact.
33.02, 33.02.
Okay, very pretty run.
So far, Riot has the time to beat, 29.32. And this is Ashley Wooten at the line now with her Shetland sheepdog Lexi, seated in first place coming into the final round.
A little bit wide, but she just a little bit too much speed going into those weaves, and she missed it.
Again, no fault, just
right.
Costs time.
Right. She's fast enough to make this up, Andy.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Not today. Maybe on a better day.
She is fast, but
yeah. She had the wide turn out there. So
36.62. Nice try. You know, sometimes when you're in first place and you get a dog several dogs before you that lays down a blazing run, it puts pressure on people and can have that effect. That pressure can make a difference.
Yeah, the arousal state just goes a little bit too high. I've been on both ends of that.
Well, sometimes we handle just a little bit different than we normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we push a little bit more than we normally do.
And the dogs are extra excited also.
Hey, it runs right down the leash, our emotions. Yeah. Beautiful run by all of them. And we'll wait to see who the winner is.
Looks like Gosia with Riot.
I think so, unofficially. Next we'll go to 14 inches, and we have 6 competitors on paper at 14 inches.
Results are in for our 12-inch class. Our first finalist is Electra and Karen Lau. Finishing Jeff Arnett. Third place finisher, Lexi Ashley. Finishing second, Steeple, Gail Anderson.
Oh, nice.
And congratulations to our first place finisher, Riot and Gosha Samarin.
All right. Well done, Riot. That's a super run. It's wonderful when the class is just full of people laying it down. Just lay it down, see what happens.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's steeplechase. You're just supposed to go for it.
And if you're watching at home, you see on your screen our finalists and placements. Walking towards us is our Cynosport trial chair, Tom Kula. Tom does a great job. Really works his butt off at this event, and we thank him for all of the hours that he puts in here.
Butt shot of our winner, Riot. Some dogs just don't cooperate with the camera.
It happens. It happens.
Coming up, the 14-inch class. We have 6 finalists in the 14-inch class. Again, they will run in reverse order.
This is Marsha Lyons with her Nova Scotia duck-tolling retriever, Liberty.
Nice opening line and nice turn into the weed poles. Okay. She gave up on her blind and took the rear cross option, which is not a bad option. Her dog understood that perfectly. She did not wreck her line that way. So
and she did not ruin her knees either.
Correct. No collisions. That's always good. What's that time, Andy?
They hit go so fast I didn't see it.
I didn't get that either.
Chris, could you tell me what that time was? 31:09 was the time.
That's a good time.
That is a good time. On the course now, Catherine Laria with her Border Collie Blizzard.
Very efficient blind cross before the A-frame. Good job, Catherine. Get another one in there. Nice and smooth. She's a smooth handler. A little careful on that contact. Going to cost quite a bit of time going into the closing.
35-37 is their time.
35-37.
Next to the line will be Sport, a Border Collie handled by Joni Steinbach.
Up next, Joni Steinbach with her Border Collie Sport.
Almost lost that line on the blind cross between 6 and 7, but she saved it. Another tight rear cross at the A-frame. Dog well trained to accept that. Not a problem.
I just heard something's under video review, but I didn't.
Okay, we'll find out.
Didn't catch which one. They'll let us know.
Find out. Nice run, Joni. Good job.
32-92. Liberty is under review right now. Next up, Suzanne Knox with her Australian Shepherd, Ellie Mae. The first one. Yeah.
Oops. Pulled out of the weaves. The handler very
Read it.
smartly wasted no time repeating the obstacle. And then we have the first of our dogs who has gone over the off-course jump at number 1. Remember I said you have to thread through those jumps to get the tunnel at number 9, and there will be other mistakes there.
I think as we go up in jump height, that's off course is going to be
number
more and more
one jump
attractive.
where Ellie Mae went off course is quite a trap. It beckons very loudly to the dogs coming out of the weed poles. So no shame in that. Sorry that happened.
This is Ann Swan out on the course now with her Australian cattle dog, Maisie.
Nice, efficient line to the weed poles. Ann's other dog, Kylie, was scheduled to run at 12 inches and was scratched. We don't know why. But this is Maisie, another pro, very successful. Oh, nice tight turn going into the closing
Got
and
that lineup very
accelerating
nice.
down the closing line.
32-28. 32-28. Lexi Brigante out there now with her Border Collie Epic. Seated in first place coming into this round. Missed the weave pole entrance.
Wow, that's as quick a fix as I've ever seen. She got that
And this dog is fast, so
back to the beginning faster than anybody else I've seen. A little bit of miscommunication going on there, but they're still working at a frenetic pace, getting it done. Yep. Yep, good.
Yep.
Way to go.
37-19. So we have to wait and see what happens with the review.
Right. Liberty, the first dog to run in this 14-inch height division, has a score sheet under review at the present time. So this height division is not finalized yet.
So they call the judge in because ultimately it's going to be the judge's decision, one way or the other. The instant replay is a tool for them to review the call with.
Correct, and it's quite a tool. There, we're going to get to see it ourselves.
So, and the person who makes the instant replay possible is my good friend from the Netherlands, Jean-Paul Van Es. He comes over here, he brings cameras with him, stroopwafels. Okay, we just have him come for the stroopwafels, let's be honest.
So the fault has been added to Liberty's score. She missed the downside A-frame contact. That is the judge's call. And a standard fault has been added to her score, which adds 5 seconds to her time of 31.09. So we now have 36.09 as Liberty's score.
I think Maisie.
That look like your winner?
I think that's our winner.
Results are now official. In our 14-inch
Maisie, then Sport,
finalist is Liberty.
then Blizzard.
Our next finalist, Ellie Mae and Suzanne Knox.
Boy, I know that would have to hurt, thinking that you had a clean run and then realizing that a fault has been added to your score. But what you have to remember is the fault was always there. It just was under review, and the judge wanted to take a closer look. It's not that you didn't have a fault and then one was added. That's not the way it goes. What happened is what happened. We now have the opportunity to look at it closely in slow motion, so that the judge gets a chance to make the correct call.
And as judges, we want to get the calls right.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
We don't want to take a placement away because of a missed call, and so it's a good tool.
Well done, Maisie.
Yep, congratulations to Ann Swan. All right, that's going to bring us to 16 inches when they're done on the award stand. We have 12 competitors at 16 inches. And I got to tell you, there's some new names in that list.
Yep.
That I don't recognize, which is always fun to see new people stepping it up and making it into the final rounds.
The fact that 12 finalists rose to the top in the 16-inch division means that it was quite a large class to begin with. So it looks like that was our largest class through the quarterfinals and semifinals. Congratulations to Ann Swan and Maisie.
Yeah, nice victory lap. Love to see it.
Appreciation for that wonderful dog. And handler, of course.
All right. Up first at 16 inches will be Margaret Burke with her Border Collie Stat.
We will have 12 competitors in this class. Coming to the line first will be Stat, a Border Collie handled by Margaret Burke.
And again, these dogs are seated in reverse order and how they finished coming into this final round.
Nice lead out in the opening. Good job. She's doing a nice job of being careful and being efficient at the same time. She has a fully stopped contact. Rear crossing going into the closing. Up and over, careful management of her A-frame contact, and off they go.
35:29 is their time for Stat, 35:29.
Next up will be Panda. Panda is handled by Caitlin Rohr.
This is Caitlin Rohr coming out now with her Border Collie Panda.
Very nice opening line, very nice turn from 6 to 7 into the weaves. Another handler who has pulled her dog off the A-frame with the blind cross before the A-frame.
And just stuck a paw inside that tunnel for the off course and the elimination, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So like we said, this is one of those beautiful, lovely, flowing courses. And if you want to do it at, 2 yards per second, you probably can get around just fine. But if you want to turn in 7 yards a second, you got some risks.
Yeah, risk reward. All right, from Mexico, this is Osvaldo Duran with his Border Collie Terry.
Very nice.
I got to judge.
Good. Very effective blind cross. Connected with his dog.
Look at him go.
Yep, he's going for it. Good job. Nice handling. Efficient, clear. Missed contact. Fair and square. Missed contact.
29:51 with a fault.
I got to say, I can see that one from here. I don't think there's going to be a review necessary. What a fun run that was.
Absolutely. I had the pleasure of judging him and his dog last month down in Mexico.
Yeah.
He's a great competitor.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
Yep.
Well
Wonderful
played,
job.
well run.
All right, on the course now, this is Deanna Fairchild with her Border Collie Quinn.
Oh, Quinn missed the tunnel entirely. So you probably are thinking, how can that happen? But it's because you have to thread between two jumps to get to the tunnel. So if the handler just does a little bit too much pulling in order to keep the dog off the number one jump, it's really not.
Yeah, if we take our eyes off the dog to check where we are on those, between those obstacles, boom.
Nice.
Nice try. Next up, Jen Conrad with her Border Collie Brink.
Nice opening lines by Brink. Good rear cross option from 12 to 13. I actually like that option. A little bit of a miscommunication. Didn't find the tunnel entrance.
Just cost time.
Just cost time.
3780, 3780 for Jen and Brink.
Hey, at least we have a score. I mean, that's a nice score.
Yes.
So
all right.
35, what was stats time?
Stat was 35:29.
Okay.
What did I miss? Okay, so it was an E. I didn't hear a whistle. Thank you.
Yeah, we didn't hear a whistle. So we can't actually see the start line. I can't see the start line at all.
I can see about 6 inches of the left-hand side of that jump. That's it.
But the booth has told us that Trey missed the first jump and took the tunnel. All right, well done.
Next up, Laura Price with her Border Collie Fireball.
You got to give it to these handlers. They're going for it. That's the way steeplechase runs. Slow and steady is not how we run steeplechase. Good job, Laura. Nice tight line back to the weep holes. Good job. Another handler who perhaps was planning to do a blind cross prior to the A-frame and accidentally sent her dog off course to the jump.
All right. We've got 7 runs, 4 E's. All right, next up, Denise Tizer with her Border Collie Graphic.
Wow. Dog's really digging in. A little bit of a face plant there between the 2 jumps, but they got it straightened out. Very effective rear cross at the A-frame. She's going to rear cross going into the closing. Push out to 17, run, run, run. Oh, goodness gracious, that was so close.
32.78, dropped the last bar.
It honestly looked like Graphic thought perhaps we don't do this one, didn't
Yes,
it?
yeah. Little hesitation there.
Trying to steer, and the handler just not putting enough push into the line so that the dog would continue over the last jump. So okay, that one's a heartbreak.
So unofficially,
Yep.
I've got Osvaldo with Tayri. 29.51 plus 5 is 34.51.
Yeah.
That's the score to beat right now.
Yeah. So winning with a fault at the present time.
Sorry, this is Sarah Stremming with her Border Collie Idgie. Wow.
And another dog off course over the jump, just didn't quite see the tunnel entrance at 15. That the tunnel is a dark tunnel, but I think what's happening is the handlers and the dogs are just sort of getting disconnected because the handler's trying to get a head start down the next line. The dog sort of misses that line of sight to the tunnel.
Do you feel the pressure building a little bit?
Yeah.
This is Shannon Miller now with her Border Collie Talent.
A little bit wide, but flying, and then a missed entry, so we've got to go back and get that. Getting a little frenetic, little excited. Yeah, but it's a lot of time now. Very effective rear cross. She has trained her dogs to keep going on the A-frame no matter what. So that was a very effective rear cross. Beautiful, beautiful closing.
35-33. This is Brett Duke now with his Border Collie Punch.
Good.
Right turn.
Yes, he absolutely effectively created that path. That was a
Held-
tight wrap from
held
6 to
back.
7.
Did it a little
Yep.
differently than everyone
Yep,
else.
Yep, used his pull hand.
Knows his dog.
Yep. Very effective sends. So he knows when to take time in order to tighten the line and when to just let his dog move.
All right, 32-18 for Brett.
That was just such a well-orchestrated run.
That
He
is-
knew what he was doing every step of the way.
That's our new score to beat.
Yeah, good.
All right, one last dog. This is Juliana Munden with her Border Collie Threat.
Her dog read her blind cross perfectly before the A-frame. She's got a real shot. Rear cross option, 16 to 17. What you gonna do on this A-frame? Yes, beautiful, fabulous closing.
29-46.
That
That's
just
our winning
was
score.
a thing of beauty. Good for you. She didn't worry about that A-frame one iota, and her dog was so well trained, just charged all the way to the bottom. Just beautiful, beautiful run. Well done.
Trusted her dog.
Well, she trained her dog, I dare
Right.
say.
Right, but then still.
But no babysitting. That's
No,
right.
no
That's right.
babysitting.
It was beautiful. Such a deserving run. What a fun class that was. So unofficially, I think Threat certainly took this class, and Punch came in.
Second.
So the last two dogs to run, granted, they were expected to win in that they were running in reverse order. So the dogs that came into this final round in the top two places actually did carry home the trophies. That was fun.
Exciting.
Yeah, right. And the two winners, first place, second place, such completely different handling styles, Andy. Almost opposite handling styles, and both effective. I like a course like that, the course that lets the handlers do what they do best instead of requiring a certain handling skill set in order to get around. We have 6 finalists coming up in our last division, which is the 20-inch division.
All right, one jump height left in performance speed jumping, 20 inches. We have 6 competitors.
Our next finalist, Itchy and Sarah Stremming. Finishing in 6th place, Graphic and Denise Spicer. Finishing 5th, Ellen and Shannon Miller. Fourth place, Orta Stat and Margaret Burke. Finishing 3rd, Terry and Alvaro Duran.
Well done.
Finishing 2nd, Munch and Juliana Munden. Red Duke, and Munch.
There we go.
And finishing 1st, Brett and Juliana Munden.
So in 3rd place, we had Osvaldo Duran with Payri, with Border Collie, and 2nd, Brett Duke with Punch, and in 1st place, Juliana Munden with Threat.
We're giving a round to Juliana, who just nailed this steeplechase course at a crazy pace. It was a beautiful run, so deserving of the win.
All right, now we're going to 20 inches. Starting out will be Cindy Gray with her golden retriever, Joy.
Instead, for our 20-inch class, we will have 6 competitors. Coming to the line first will be Joy, a golden retriever, and Cindy Gray.
Nice, golden. That dog can move. She's a little bit wide from 6 to 7, which makes the weave pole entry much more challenging, but she had no trouble with it.
Whoa, that dog looked at that off-course
Yep,
jump.
yep. Good call. And a well-trained rear cross at the A-frame.
They're going to put in a nice run.
Yep, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. That dog is a hero. That dog's a hero.
37.
Nearly fell down the A-frame
33,
and then
37.
cleared the next jump heroically. That dog knows how to fight for it. Beautiful run.
All right, next up, Carol Nash with her Border Collie, Brody.
Beautiful blind cross before the A-frame, very, very smooth. Kept her dog informed every step of the way. Another one. She's good at this. This is a very pretty and smooth run. Well done.
33-34 is their time. 33-34.
5/100ths of a second faster than Joy.
3/100ths of a second.
You have 7, I have 9.
Okay, I could have.
Okay.
You know what? I might have misread that.
You've been doing the times. I'm going to go with you. Anyway.
Lonnie Elson now with Paxton.
Thank you. So 33-37. You are correct. Good job. Nice smooth handling with Paxton. Going into his closing. Gonna run for it. Go, go, go.
31-78.
So very efficient lines.
New time to beat. 31-78.
Yep, that just was pretty. There was nothing crazy, nothing frenetic about that run. It just was super efficient.
All right, next up, Nancy Guys with her Border Collie, Scoop.
A bit of a lead out from Nancy. Pass number 2. That makes it easier for me to see them because I can't see the start line. She's trying to tighten that line to the weaves. And got there for the blind. Good job, well done. Good pushing out. We're having a little bit of an argument about number 12, but they got it done. Another blind going into the closing. Better run. Good job. Nice closing line.
33-13. 33-13. So Lonnie Elson and Paxton, score to beat is 31-78. And officially we'll have Nancy and Scoop in second. Out on the course, Sandra Hendricks with her Border Collie, Jolt.
Good job. She's getting this done. They're almost miscommunicating, but they're saving everything. Oh, beautiful turn over 17, such a tight wrap. Beautiful closing, accelerated all the way down the closing line.
31-32.
That was just wonderful. That was won in the last, I don't know, 6 obstacles of the course.
That is now our new score to beat.
That was fabulous closing.
Dave Grubel with his Australian Shepherd, Boca.
Dave and Boca came into the final in first place. He's got a different style, sending his dog ahead into the weaves and crossing behind, sort of a SERP style through that line. It was very effective. He's definitely pushing. Blind cross on the downside of the A-frame. Yep. He's handling so effectively for this dog. He's getting every ounce out of it. Go, go. Beautiful.
30-66.
Yep, he got it. He earned it. That handler took more steps than his dog did, I swear. Good job, Dave. You got it done. He was never in his dog's way. He was always out in front, and he was completely effective with his pushes and his pulls.
So unofficially, I've got Boca in first, Jolt in second, and Paxton in third.
Yep, me too.
All right, we're going to be showing a replay here on Paxton. The calls, it's close. They're just telling me it's close to show you right there. That is a toenail in the contact.
Yep, that is. That's what's required.
Yep,
so that's our
required.
third place dog,
Yes.
Paxton, who was clean around this course because of that middle toenail. And he has
Yes.
long toes, too.
Are you saying he's the Howard Hughes of the dog world? Nobody will get that either.
No.
Had to
So,
do with long fingernails.
So this, I'm just going to keep on talking. So this last height division wraps up our performance speed jumping final. What a great final, Andy. I think this was
Loved
just
it.
fabulous.
Absolutely
Yep.
loved it.
Yep. The
And I have
standard-
to tell you, I'm enjoying having it on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying these runs in this light.
Yep. Yeah, you know, everybody says they're going to miss the running under the lights, but daylight is good, guys.
It is good. And the other thing is everyone's getting a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Time to visit with friends, time
Right.
to have a good dinner.
Yep.
And
for sure.
in order to get these rings watered, we need to do it early in the evening.
Yeah, it has to be daylight.
We have to get done and people out of here so that we can get that truck and these rings to do the watering.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I can remember years past interviewing steeplechase finalist winners at midnight. No
Yeah.
kidding. No kidding. Yay, Dave! Boy, did he ever earn this. I hope you guys in the live stream saw his run and how completely effective he was with his handling choices for this dog.
Well done. Well done.
Well done.
Okay, now we're going to go to steeplechase, and we have 8 10-inch dogs, 7 14-inch dogs, 10 16-inch dogs, 9 20-inch dogs, 11 22-inch dogs, and 14 24-inch dogs. So
That's a big crowd.
we've got a lot of good agility ahead.
Yep. So these are the finalists who will be running in all these height divisions. The different numbers of finalists reflect the size of the original group of dogs entering the semifinals. Which translates to many times that number of dogs in the quarterfinals, and many, many times that number of dogs entering the regional events around the country. Pretty exciting when it comes down to the national event, and the top several finalists get to go head-to-head. They're from all over the country. They've all fought to be here, and
dogs have taken as an off course.
right,
after
that's
10.
been the problem when the handler is late with the blind cross in front of the A-frame. That number 19 jump is right there.
Yep.
So with the handler pressing forward just a half second too long or failing to connect with the dog on the new pickup side, you will see dogs go off course there in a heartbeat. Even small dogs can do that. Just with the cue being late and the connection being lost at the wrong time.
I think that's the most critical part of the course.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah, just in looking at it.
Yeah, it certainly has been a trouble spot. So that's from 10 to 11.
It's a good course.
Yeah, it's a real smart design.
Yep.
And the designer of the course gets to judge it this time, so that's
except-
not always the case, but it is the case here. So
Well-
this is Dave's course, and he gets to judge it.
Well, except Dave got the judge performance speed jumping. Now we have our judge from Australia, Natalie Kirkwood.
Oh, okay. We're
is gonna
switching
judge
judges.
steeplechase,
Okay, got
yes.
it, got it. So Dave judged the performance speed jumping, and now we have Natalie.
But I'll tell you, I'd love to judge this course.
Okay, this is Ann Kajava and her Papillon motor on course. The 10-inch competitors.
Did not enter the weeds,
Right, so must go and fix it. There's no standard course fault for that error, but it costs an awful lot of time. Beautiful A-frame. What a lovely A-frame.
All right.
There we go.
44-72.
Coming up next week, Paris. Paris is a
Next up, Barbara Shea with her miniature poodle, Paris.
She's doing a nice, smooth job of handling with this little dog. There.
36-51. Next, Deneen Fox with her Papillon Zen.
Of course, now is Zen Papillon, headed by Deneen Fox.
Deneen is handling the same way she did in the veterans, in the performance rather. The front cross before the A-frame, the rear cross going into the closing.
Nice tight line.
Yeah, beautiful A-frame. Coming and going for this dog.
35-15. It's our score to beat right now, 35-15.
Next up is Pika Pika, a toy poodle handled by Hiroyuki Akiyama.
Hiroyuki
Hatakeyama.
With her toy poodle. With his toy poodle, Pika Pika.
Now this dog is really small and really fast. This is exciting. That A-frame is actually quite difficult for this dog. Yeah.
Had a nice run going, just
Right.
back jump.
Yeah, well, the dog is so small, and he rear crossed so close to the first stanchion that the dog had all the room in the world to come back over the bar. These bars are 5 feet wide. These jumps are quite sizable. So yeah, he should have taken some of that bar away.
All right, this is Amber.
But what a nice run nonetheless.
On the course is Amber Abbott with her Shetland Sheepdog, Miley.
Good job. So Amber with the Ketchka move at the A-frame, similar to what we saw Dave do with Boca. Good, got it done. Little bit of a miscommunication in the closing, but they made it out.
31-91.
That's a pretty good time, considering they had some bobbles there.
Yes.
That's fast.
Diane O'Reilly is up next with her miniature poodle, Rory Bell.
Oh, good job. She made sure that her dog saw that number 14 jump. She was about to miss it. The handler goes, no, go get it, go get it. Good job, paying attention in the closing. Well done.
33-25. 31-91, still a time to beat. That was Amber Abbott and Miley. So out on the course now, Masatomo Wakabayashi with her miniature poodle, Kiri.
Yeah, miniature pincher.
Sorry, miniature pincher. I wanted to see if Chris was paying attention.
And we have a back jump there after the A-frame. These very, very small, fast dogs can go back and forth over a bar as quick as you can blink an eye. It's just a little bit different handling required. These are nice runs. These runs that are non-qualifying, these E-runs that contain off courses, are nice runs nonetheless. You have to remember how hard the handlers are working to go for it. That they're not trying to be conservative.
On course now, Mae Thomas with her Papillon Axel.
Well, oh gosh, so close. I'm holding my breath, so close. These communication efforts. Some of them are just about to miss, and some do miss, but some get saved. Beautiful running A-frame. What a beautiful job.
36-12. So unofficially, I've got Amber Abbott winning it with Miley.
Yep, I have that too. You know, and they had some trouble on this course, and if Amber had given up at any one of those bobble points or miscommunication points, they would not be in first place. But she kept on pushing, she kept on driving, and her dog kept on working with her. The teamwork just prevailed, and they got around clean. Good job. Never surrender. I have Deneen and Zen in second place. No. Where are we? We have Diane O'Reilly.
Right.
Miniature
And
poodle.
Zen third.
Yeah. Yeah. So looks like maybe there will be a switch in those placements.
So
And we'll have Diane O'Reilly maybe in first. Oh, we'll have to wait a second and see. Yes, and she had a fall. Good job, Diana Riley and Rory Bell, the miniature poodle, winning this 10-inch jump height. She's taking her victory lap, holding her dog and waving her ribbon. Okay. We're about to see a video review of Miley, the Shetland sheepdog, missing the downside A-frame. Whoop, wait, I saw a rear foot in the A-frame. I see a rear foot in the A-frame, sorry guys, but... Right rear. Well, we don't have the angle that they have, so I'll let them make the calls. I'm not here to make the calls. That's Stacy.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go see
Okay.
my friend.
Sounds good. Don't forget to
Be
take
right
your
back.
headphones off first. Nice. Okay. 14 inches. Next, we have 7 competitors. And leading off will be Emily Ingersoll with her miniature poodle, Phyllis Diller. Followed by...
First in the line will be Vegas. Vegas is an All-American handled by Dawn Weaver.
All right, leading off, Emily Ingersoll with her miniature poodle, Phyllis Diller.
What do you got, Andy?
We got Phyllis Diller out on the course.
Well, that is a cute name for a... Okay, wait, no. That's not a poodle.
Nope, you're
It
right.
must be Rukia.
Nope.
Thank
it's
you.
not-
This is
no, it's not.
Vegas, an All-American, Dawn Weaver. Oh, and again, this is because, we should have noticed this, Andy, rookie mistake. Dawn Weaver has 2 dogs in the final,
Yep.
and so she ran the first of these dogs first. This is Vegas. And now we will begin with Phyllis Diller, the miniature poodle. Oh, wow. I can't believe she got that saved.
And I'm looking ahead. I don't think we're going to run into that same situation the rest of the way.
All right. Okay, so we have a missed contact on the downside A-frame. And then an off course over the jump, which we've seen quite a few times before. That number 19 jump is nothing but trouble, I tell you, from both sides. They only take it once in the closing,
Right.
but they're taking it every which way in the off course.
Chris, what was Vegas's time? $27.58. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we have Juliana Lund with Rukia, the Shetland sheepdog, on course. Very fast and efficient in the weaves. She's not trying to get across before the A-frame. She's using a rear cross at number 12 and a blind cross before 16. This is very effective handling for this little dog. Go, go, go. You have to accelerate through the closing here.
32.45.
32.45. Some of these dogs are not really trained to accelerate through the closing.
This is Carla McAllister next with her Parson Russell Terrier, Wink.
Very nice opening. She gets a lot of distance through the weave poles, so she can, wow, that was beautiful. She got way, way ahead to show the path to the tunnel, and then had plenty of space to get ahead and complete the blind cross before the A-frame. This is very nice handling. Good job. Good. Yeah, that's how to do the closing. Run.
31.15. 31.15 for
Very
Wink.
well done. That was pretty. That was a pretty run to see.
I believe that's our best score so far. No, that's not our best score. 27.58 from Vegas is still the best score. It's down there too far. All right, this is Mary Dowdery up next with her all-breed Marty.
Wow, nice save at weave pole number 2. Dog really dug in and hung on. Good, very efficient blind cross right before the A-frame. Another blind prior to 16. Push out to the closing and go, go, go. Good, very nice. Super, super job setting that line.
30.39. Next, Amy Sheffield with her Nebraska fruit bat, Pixel.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a Nebraska fruit bat.
If it is, I want one.
Yeah. That's right. Everybody's going to want one
Actually,
now.
I don't care what it is.
This
I want
dog
one.
is awesome. This dog is awesome, and everybody loves it. Good job. Just flying through this course. Actually doing a beautiful job. Get in there, get in there. Oh, saved. Oh, no. Come on, don't give up, don't give up. Run, closing. She is still clean. She is still clean.
33-25.
Okay, so this is what happened. They just kind of lost track of each other. The dog lost the handler, but then came correctly into the tunnel. The handler lost the dog, meanwhile, and didn't see the dog exit the tunnel. So they just kind of were...
and timing is everything.
Yeah, timing's everything.
A fraction of a second, and she
Yep.
would have saw...
Yep.
You know, just turned the head.
But anyway, fabulous dog. Everybody now wants a Nebraska fruit bat. No
That's
kidding.
right. Dawn Weaver now with her All-American Summer.
This is the last dog in this division. Blazingly fast through the weaves. Again, well trained to tolerate the rear cross at the A-frame. And another rear cross at 16. That's a nice line. She said a nice forward slice, and she is flying. Oh, beautiful.
27-54.
So she beat herself. Summer beat Vegas. I have that at 4/100ths of a second. Did I get that one?
You did. Nice job.
Well, I can't see the times at all. So actually,
And then-
just going by what I think I hear from the booth.
Well, you can never trust what Chuck says. Okay?
Yeah, I know
Just
that.
listen to me. So it
Yeah,
looks
but
like
then I'm late.
Summer, Vegas, and Marty.
Yeah.
Unofficially, of course.
Hey, these runs are just a pleasure to watch in person. And sometimes when I'm not talking, it's simply because I'm trying to make sure I don't miss what they're actually doing out there because it's coming at us so fast. The decisions, the handling decisions, the dogs running at breakneck speed and trying to take in information. At the same time, they're outputting over the jumps. And it's just really fun to see in person. There's nothing quite like it.
All right, at 16 inches, when we're done with the 14-inch award ceremony, we're going to have 10 competitors.
Next finalist, Dixel and Amy Sheffield. And here are our top four finishers. Finishing in fourth place, Wink and Carla McAllister. Finishing third, Marty and Mary Dougherty. Finishing second, Vegas and Dawn Weaver. And finishing first in the 14-inch class, Summer and Dawn Weaver.
That wraps up our 14-inch division. And we'll be moving on to 16 inches where we have 10 finalists competing, all in reverse order. I'll give you the running order of the dogs coming up. I don't see anyone on the start line yet. They're finishing up photographs. So the running order by dog's name, and these are in reverse order, with the dog who comes in first place running in the last position. So there are 10 finalists, and they will run in this order: George, Maddie, Snafu, Lucky, Krieger, Porter, Smart, Indy, Singa, Caboose. So we have quite a motley crew of different breeds. It should be a very fun class to watch. I hope you'll be able to see it. And I hope if you're enjoying the live stream and can stay with us, I hope you'll also make a contribution to Four-Legged Flix, who brings this to you. They have cameras in every ring here at Cynosport, and they're working very hard to bring you this fabulous view, bird's eye and otherwise, of the final.
Stand ring crew in ring 1, or ring crew is required in ring 1, please.
All right, we're heading up to 16 inches. Who's going to lead us off, Julie?
This is George. George, the cockapoo. If you had a cockapoo, wouldn't you name him George? Atsuko Nagasaki is the handler. First to run in the 16-inch height class. So remember, now we have the spreads in. There's a double spread at number 2 before the long jump. So they jump the spread and then turn to the long jump, which affects that line a bit. We have a triple jump as our number 20, the last jump. There's a little over 20 feet between the first 2 obstacles, and then if you round the line a little bit, there's easily 25 feet to the long jump. But out there during the walkthrough, I felt if I were running a big dog that I'd be thinking about managing that turn. I would want a slightly tighter turn to the broad jump, to the long jump rather. It's about 25 feet if you round it, but it's 20 to 22 feet in a straighter line. And it's such an easy opening after the long jump from there to the tunnel, pretty much a straight shot. So you'd have a nice acceleration line off the long jump if you can get a good tight approach.
There goes George.
There you go. There you go. Nice. She's really trying to manage that tight turn from 6 to 7. It didn't pan out to be that tight, but she did give it a try as a handler. Very quick with her blind. Boy, she was quick.
Had to be. That dog was coming.
The dog is coming. Yeah, she's very good at handling them. She knows them pretty darn well. They're flying into their closing, accelerating down the closing line with a really good ground speed.
31:25. Nice time.
That is a nice time. Boy, I like to see the first dog in the division do that, Andy. Really laid down a time to beat that means something.
Right. Puts a little pressure on everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know what's going to happen at that point.
Exactly.
Next up, Jenna Williams with her Border Collie, Maddie.
Good. Very efficient lines in the opening here. This dog is flying.
This dog's fast.
Yep. Got her blind cross done.
Oh.
So we have a missed contact call, the downside of the A-frame. Let's see what this does to that time. Remember, that will add 5 seconds to the time.
And the bar dropped. The last bar dropped on the
The
spread.
last bar on the triple is down.
29:14.
So 29:14 is the time, but we have 10, count them, 10 seconds to add to that.
All right, next up, Pamela Reed with her Lurcher Snafu.
Good. Another handler who managed the tight turn at number 6 and let her dog go ahead of her into the weaves. Good job, Pam. Very efficient blind cross at the base of the A-frame downside. Get a blind in there. Keep going. Good. Very efficient handling. Managed her contact a little bit.
31:48. 31:25 is still our time, our score to beat. Out on the course now, Jennifer Crank with her Shetland Sheepdog, Lucky.
Good. The handlers are doing a good job of leaving the dog in a weaves and getting out ahead. So we have a downside contact A-frame call. Again, that will add 5 seconds to the time. Very tight wrap around 17 by Lucky. Good job.
31:94 with a fault. This is Jim Massey on the course now with his Pumi Krieger.
Wow, that was a tight turn.
Oh.
And another downside A-frame contact miss. Beautiful. No? A call. Okay. Okay. So
31-11.
31-11. Beautiful time. Nice run, but 2 missed A-frame contacts.
All right, Mary Obadinsky next with her Rat Terrier Porter.
Good. Very smooth.
Yep.
Blind cross at the downside of the A-frame. And a rear cross option at 16.
Nice A-frame.
There we go.
32-06. 32-06. $31.48 is still, looks like our time, our score to beat.
31-25 maybe, George?
31-25,
Yeah.
yes. First dog. On course now, Kate Moreau with her Border Collie Smart. Ooh.
Good. She's not taking any chances. There we go. What a nice run. Very nice. She made sure she kept that connection throughout that course. A lot of verbals, a lot of calling her dog. She was never in the way. She just made sure that the dog knew her lines.
Christine Brew up next with her Pumi Indy.
Wow, fast, fast, fast. This dog's got a lot to say. Very effective with the blind cross before the A-frame. She told him with her body language what she was going to do before she did it. Very smart. She is flying.
Yeah.
Beautiful run.
29-75. Nicely done. That is our new score to beat. Next, Alan Tay with his Border Collie Singa.
The next 2 dogs coming up, the last 2 dogs in this class, came into the finals in the top 2 positions. Oh, she's a bullet off the start line. Allen using the rear cross option at number 12. Actually gets that blind cross done before the 16 jump. I didn't think he'd be able to get there.
That was
Beautiful.
29-56. New score to beat.
New score to beat. It did not look like he was going to be successful with that blind coming out of the tunnel, but he got it done.
And now on course, Tim Buck with his miniature American Shepherd Caboose.
Way out ahead to indicate the tunnel after the weaves. The people with independent weaves have a big advantage. So we have a downside A-frame contact call.
$32-12. Well, no matter what, Singa Indy Smart. second and third unofficially.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
All right, 20 inches after this, 9 competitors.
Our trial chair, Tom Kula, still going strong. Dancing for the crowd at the tunnel.
Somebody better get him some oxygen out there.
Adding another long jump board. Actually, two more, right?
Results are now in for our 16-inch class. Our first finalist is Maddie and Joe Young. Our next finalist, Lucky and Jennifer Gray. Our next finalist, Greer and Tim Massey. Our next finalist is Porter and Mary Obadinsky. Our next finalist is Caboose and Tim Bach. Finishing fifth, Sabu and Dan Reed. Fourth place, George and Katsuku Nagasaki. Finishing third, Mark Monroe. Second place, Sika and Alan Tay. And finishing first, Mindy and Christine Brew.
Christine Brew and Indy the Pumi taking their victory lap. That was an amazing run. She was one of the handlers that put the most distance between her and her dog in the wee pole so that she could get out to the tunnel, and that gave her tons of time to get a beautiful blind cross done before the A-frame. Anyway, it was a beautiful run. Broad long jump board is going out. Course being set for the 20-inch dogs, our last division. 9 finalists at 20 inches. While I have a moment while they set the course, I will tell you who is running in what order. And remember, the dogs are running in reverse order for how they finished. The last dog to run is the dog who finished in first place after the semifinals. So there will be 9 finalists, and they will run in this order. Tally, Inazuma, Vuvrogue. Oh, that's a great name. Vuvrogue. And then Snips, then Cracker, then Harlow, then Little Sparkle, then Joss, then Pink. So that's our 20-inch class.
All right, Kelly Nielsen now with Tally, the Border Collie, leading off. 20 inches, 9 dogs.
All Border Collies. Talking to her dog, keeping her dog motivated the whole time, but pulled off that number 14 jump. Just the dog, for some reason, a little bit unsure about whether to take it. The trick here, oh, what a nice job of accelerating through the closing. That was pretty.
34-53.
Next up will be Inazuma, handled by
Fumiko Nita with Inazuma on the course.
Gets real low in the weaves. Nice rear cross at the A-frame. A lot of the handlers doing a lot of talking to their dogs during this course. Going into the closing.
Finishes with a time of 32:30.
Next up is Vogue Rouge, handled by Anita Grady.
Anita Grady up next with Vogue Rouge.
Another handler putting a lot of distance in the weave poles. Give her a chance to blind cross before the A-frame without any problem. Blind before 16, going into the closing. Leaves her dog to the A-frame and accelerates down the closing line. Nicely done, very nicely done.
29.05, 29.05.
Well done.
Snips is handled by David Kurtz.
David Kurtz up next with Snips.
Trying to tighten the line with a post turn at number 6. It didn't work all that well, but he's getting out in front. Front cross prior to the A-frame, but he was in good position to do it. We have a missed contact, the downside of the A-frame. Another front cross prior to 16. Actually really like that move for him because he can get into such good position to do it. Most handlers would not be able to get far enough off to the side to create that dramatic circle from coming out of the tunnel. That was beautifully done.
On the course now is Cody Levine with Cracker.
Cody handled the tunnel 5-6-7 combination from quite a distance, and she's trying also to handle the next sequence after the weave poles from quite a distance, but had a little bit of a bobble there. She's saving it though, she's getting it done. Good. Rear cross option at 16. This looks very nice. Good job, Cody. Good job through the closing. Very nice send. She has good independent work from her dog. Nicely trained.
34-43. Out on the course now, Juliana Lund with Harlow.
Okay, so she was trying to put a lot of distance while her dog was in the weave poles and get all the way to the tunnel, and she did do that, but she lost the connection, so her dog took the off-course number 2 jump between the weave poles and the tunnel. Beautiful closing. Wow, nice. Very nice through the closing. Now on course is Tawny Millet with her border collie, Little Sparkle. They're off and running. She is little. She's a little bullet. A little bit of a wide turn to number 7, but had just had some trouble in the weaves, couldn't quite hang on. She was in and she held on, and then she lost it. Blind cross prior to 16. Get out of town for the closing. Leaves her dog. Good, good.
31-14.
Leaves her dog and runs down the line, lets her dog catch up and pass her at the closing. That was beautiful.
basketball ball, it'll be Joss, a border collie handled by Linda Johns.
Linda Johns up next with Joss.
Again, another wide turn to number 7, which also, remember, makes that weave pole entry a little bit more challenging.
(29-26).
29-26 for Joss. Well done.
Up next is Pink and Jennifer Crank.
Our last dog to run
Jennifer Crank with Pink.
came into the finals in first place after the semifinals. Does a reverse spin at number 6, tighten that turn. She's not trying to cross before the A-frame, and that was a good move because her dog went wide anyway. That would have been a disaster if she'd tried to blind cross. So good. She knows her dog. She's just handling in the ordinary way, sending her ahead to finish. Very nice time. Fabulous time. 27-67. Well, she knew her dog. She knew what not to do that the others were doing. National champion is Border Collie Pink with Jennifer Crank. It was an absolutely beautiful run. Really nothing fancy except the reverse spin up at number 6. I really don't think she needed any of the extra tools that some of the others were using. The dog was flying, the dog is efficient, the dog is relaxed and calm and absolutely crackerjack. So the run was just a thing of beauty. Second place I have, informally again, I have David Kurtz in second place with Snips.
Oh, thank you, Patty. The big trophy, the handle was sticking up in the display just at the right point where the reason we had a couple of the times wrong was you couldn't tell whether it was an 8 or a 9. And
right.
So Patty moved it for us, and so now we have no excuse when you get the time wrong.
But then tomorrow's another day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Great runs.
What a fabulous field.
Yeah.
And not just the big dogs, fabulous fields in the small dogs as well.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well done, Pink. Now she's really cutting loose. I wish you could see this. Hey, let's just weave again. It's only another 2 seconds. So I say this course was a huge success.
Yeah.
Just, it had everything you could possibly want it to have. It had the flow. It had the ability for them to set a course that the junior handlers could run. It,
Yep, fast flowing.
Yep, and speed kills.
Yep. No, it's been fun to watch. I think if we interviewed the handlers, they did say it was fun to run.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, everybody looked like this course. Everybody who had a mistake, I'm sure, wants another crack at it. It's just that kind of course. You just wanna run and have a good time on it.
All right, that's it. We're having mulligans here at Cynosport.
So on the grounds, a lot of other events are going on. They have herding instinct testing. They have what they call Agility 101 to raise money for rescue groups.
All right. This is Deanna Fairchild leading off with her Border Collie River.
Oh, well, I guess you had to be a large dog to make that mistake. She actually went off course, off the A-frame, taking the number 17 jump.
Yep.
So running for pride, go ahead, fly through the closing. Wow, beautiful closing, good for her.
This is Barbara Sorg now with her English Shepherd Dash.
So the rear cross at 16 for Barbara. Nice tight turn over 17. And good job accelerating through the closing.
This is Mia Grant now with Rich.
Nice smooth blind cross before the A-frame. We have a downside A-frame contact call. Beautiful A-frame in the closing.
29.50. Chris, what was Dash's time?
I have 31.27.
Thank you.
All right.
31.67.
I just can't see it.
All right, Caitlin Rohr now with Jake.
Well, a well-managed A-frame, but fast time nonetheless.
31.85. Leading out, Amber Abbott with Flair.
The handler's working hard now. These large dog handlers have seen all the other sizes. She's had some trouble getting into the wheat post, but they're in now. Remember, there's no fault for that. It's just a time penalty because it costs a great deal of time to have that trouble. So these large dog handlers are trying to figure out how to tighten the turn from 6 to 7.
Bars came down on the extended spread at the finish.
Bar down on the triple for Flair.
You just said that there's a video review for Jake. Running on the course now, Rob Bardenett with Jimmy Neutron.
Actually, blind crosses on the landing side of 7 into the weave poles. Unfortunately, we have an off course the dog did not make. He got the jump. He came out of the tunnel and took the jump at number 10 just fine. Did not make the turn to the A-frame. Instead, that number 19 jump bites another good dog.
Here comes Dave Grubel with his Australian Shepherd Electra.
Good. That was pretty efficient. It wasn't super fast, but it was an efficient line from 6 to 7 to 8. Yeah, he's gonna blind to blind the A-frame again. Boy, one thing Dave really does
30,
well.
37.
Yep, very nice. Dave knows how to accelerate through the closing. He does not lose any time getting over the last couple jumps.
All right, this is Lonnie Elson now with Gunner.
Wow. Very effective rear cross at the A-frame and a very smooth blind going into 16, 17. Nice teamwork here of these two. Beautiful A-frame. Truly, that was gorgeous.
29-19. That's our new score to beat.
That was just beautiful.
Kim Fuqua now with Pepper.
A little bit different handling choice, a blind cross before the number 5 tunnel. And she actually did a good job of making an efficient turn from 6 to 7 for her dog too. Again, really good job of that blind before the A-frame. We have a missed downside A-frame contact. And good acceleration to the closing.
29-41.
With a missed contact.
Yes. This is Rachel Sanders now with Bright.
Oh, skipped the last pole, or the last 2 poles. You have to remember how aggressive the handlers are leaving their dogs in the poles. Good job with the blind at the downside of the A-frame. Nice tight turn at 17. Beautiful. Nice dog. Nice run.
This is Wade Robertson with Sierra.
Good. Just enough distance away from the poles to get his blind cross in before the A-frame. Oh, and another missed downside contact. And then missed the number 12 jump, but went back and got it, so no problem. Well, and then ran around the last jump. I don't know if he's going to try to fix it. The dog ran and picked up her leash. He's saying, okay, forget it, I give. So that's our 22-inch class. I am not even going to make a guess as to how the scoring went. We have one video review coming up for Border Collie Jake and Caitlin Rohr. So we'll wait and see what we get there. You'll be able to see it along with us, I think.
Well, unofficially, first.
I'm not even going
there.
there.
No. You got, I think it's Lonnie Elson with Gunner, 29-19.
Okay. Yeah, that's a clean, yes, I agree with you, Andy.
And there I'm stopping.
There was no question. Yeah, good for you. There was no question mark on that run anywhere. And, yeah, he laid it down. I was saying about Dave Grubel with both of his dogs. He truly does a great job of accelerating through the closing. He inspires the dogs to pick up speed. And there are different ways. That doesn't always have to be done by being ahead of the dog. That's how he's doing it. But many handlers do it differently. But you do have to set an acceleration line and then ask the dog to give it all he's got going into the last jump. And sometimes that's hard to do because the dog's not stupid. He knows that's it. There's the last jump. So it's something that you actually practice and enjoy practicing and reward for. It's a specific part of the skill set that can save you, even certainly a full second in the closing. No question about that. Okay. We are now looking at the long jump. And we are seeing a dog hit that bar. I see the dog hit that. Yep. So we call them boards. The board of the long jump was hit by the hind foot of the dog.
They have to move the board. You can tip it.
They have to move it. They have to move it, right?
It has to be moving.
Yeah.
For it to be faulted.
Mm-hmm. Not that they're that hard to move with the big dogs, at least. Yep, so unofficially we have
Lonnie Elson.
Yep. You called that one. You called that one.
They took the rest
I
away
know,
before
but
you
they're
get 'em out.
announcing,
Yeah,
so let them
no.
give the awards. We'll figure it out.
Good class. A lot of fun.
That was a fun class.
So when we're done with the 22-inch awards, we got one class left, 24-inch, with 14 competitors.
Our next finalist is Brian and Rachel Sanders.
So at 24 inches, we've got, in this order, Laura Jones with Brew, Mackenzie Minto with Safari, Yoko Uchida with Horace, Courtney Moore with Riot, Desiree Snellman with Pace, Melissa Parrott with Dasher, Stacy Peardock-Gowdy with Journey, Kelsey Kirkpatrick with Legitimate, Laura Price with Hotshot, Elsie Rossellini with Finn, Abby Peach with Usher, Jennifer Martin with Jimmy, Laura Price with Daredevil, and seated first is Barb Davis with Flex. And our goal today was to be done with judging at 5 o'clock, and I think we're going to make that.
Just about.
Yep.
Yeah, we will make it. Yep. So I'm going to mention something that is starting to happen on our field. The shadows now from the tents and the stadium stands are creeping across the field and make very pronounced light and dark lines randomly on the course. We'll see whether that's a factor or not. I don't see anything right now that looks like it's going to bother a dog. I actually don't. Well, you got that right.
You know what they say, even a blind squirrel can find an acorn once in a while.
Yeah. So Lonnie and Gunner had that beautiful run, and Dave and Electra fought for every single tenth of a second that they shaved off their lines. So well done, both these guys.
Yeah. Lonnie's a good guy.
Both Lonnie and Dave inspire their dogs' closing lines, setting an acceleration line and then asking the dog through their body language, asking the dog to like give it all he's got right over the last jump. Break the beam going as fast as possible.
Well, I think we're going to see some good runs in this last group.
Yeah. So these are the biggest kids. Yeah. What do you think the trouble spots will be? Pretty easy for them. I'm going to talk. I know I just asked you a question. I'll just keep talking anyway. I wasn't sure you were listening to me. I'm like, Andy's sleeping. I'll just keep talking. All right.
No, I think it's going to be what we've seen. I think it's the 9 coming over 10. Can you keep them off 19? Can you get them on your A-frame? And then, of course, just the A-frame itself, pushing these dogs at speed.
Yeah, that's right. We've had a lot of A-frame faults.
Yes.
So this is Brew on course with Laura Jones, our first 24-inch finalist. Beautiful job with her blind cross there before the A-frame. So well cued. You could study that for the timing. She actually looks careful, but it's a beautiful run. Sure, nice.
29:33. Nice time.
Yeah.
Next up, Mackenzie Minto with Safari.
So these dogs have such a long jump. What is it? 60 inches?
Yes.
That's
5 foot.
That's a big deal. So they're actually creating a wider line to that first tunnel. So this dog actually came off the A-frame and then went back on. She just was second guessing whether or not to do the A-frame. She was correct, and the handler assumed that they had a deal, but the dog hadn't signed the contract on the obstacle, so she came off.
33:46. Yuko Uchida now with horse. From Japan.
Yep, so a little miscommunication coming out of the tunnel there. Although I saw the handler trying to connect, but maybe the dog felt that the direct eye contact meant she should come to her handler. Yeah, this is quite a handler-focused dog. We just had another incident where she wasn't quite sure she should go out and get the number 14 jump. So.
And she got called for the down contact on the
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. So a few problems in that run.
This is Courtney Moore next with Riot.
Another bobble in the weaves. Remember, we can go back and fix those, but it does cost time. Very effective blind cross before the A-frame, well cued. We have a missed downside contact on the A-frame. This A-frame is really pushing the handlers in both directions.
And you're going to the right.
Yep, we got that one.
First time. And
yeah, right.
So that causes issues in itself.
Yeah.
33-91. All right. Desiree Snellman next with Pace.
Nice, efficient opening line for Pace. And a nice turn from 6 to 7, too. They look like they don't have a care in the world. Rare cross option at number 12. Good choice. A quick blind prior to 16. Smooth as silk, really.
Yeah.
Nice contact and accelerating down the closing.
30-48. 3048. All right, next is Melissa Parrott with her Belgian Tavir and Dasher.
What a beautiful dog. Quick turns. Come on, get it. Okay, a little bit of a bobble there at the bottom of the A-frame, but they're okay, but they are okay, but they're miscommunicating. And so the dog is pulling off of obstacles. Managed her downside A-frame contact.
33-97.
So she got around clean. She had some trouble doing it, but that's still a good time to show for it.
At the line now, Stacy Peerdot-Gowdy with Journey. You know, you find yourself, you just root for each one of these people out there.
For sure.
You know,
that's the truth. So quick blind there between 6 and 7 into the weaves without a problem. Quick blind cross and a missed downside contact. She tried to manage it, but just kind of got a miss anyway.
I think she got called on the downside of the A-frame the second time.
Yeah,
I heard the crowd, and I saw the judge put up 2, and I think she lets them know how many faults there should be at the end.
Yep.
On the course now is Kelsey Kirkpatrick with Legitimate.
Ferocious weave pulls, but he just got in a hurry and missed the last 2. I don't know whether Kelsey knows it or not. But anyway, she's flying through this run. That was a nice A-frame.
Yep.
And a beautiful closing. Talk about your acceleration line.
Now we have Laura Price with Hot Shot.
Good job. We have some just beautiful blind crosses being executed here. Quick, efficient, change of focus for the dog from one side to the other.
Got
We
called
missed.
on that second downside on the dog
Okay.
A-frame.
So an extra 5 seconds being added for the downside A-frame on the second. I think this A-frame is as tricky one way as the other. I think we have as many calls one side as we do the other.
Elsie Rossellini now on course with Finn.
Well, good she was paying attention because she saved that jump prior to the A-frame. This is very nice. Going into her closing, second time over the A-frame with a beautiful downside contact.
We got another, she called a fault on that downside contact the second time.
The one that I like so much?
Yes, the one that you like.
The one that I like so much is a fault?
Is a
well,
fault.
no, it
Was
certainly
called.
was. It was
Was
quick.
called.
It was quick.
Out on the course now, this is Abby Peach with Usher.
No call on that A-frame. That was absolutely beautiful all the way to the bottom. Rear cross option is 16. Heading into her closing. No faults. Go, go, go. How to accelerate. Oh, we have a bar.
30,
The
55.
triple.
Extended spread, that last bar
Yep.
came down.
Yep. She was pushing as hard as she could and getting a beautiful acceleration from her dog, but her dog was looking at her instead of the jump and just kind of clipped that last bar.
Here comes Jennifer Martin with Jimmy. Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. And pulled out of the poles, 2 poles early.
Well,
We are going to see that. We're testing that strength of independent poles because the handlers have to get a head start in order to make sure they can thread between jumps 1 and 2 to get to the tunnel without incident. So we are going to see some pretty aggressive leaving the dogs in the weepos, and every once in a while that doesn't pan out.
Here's Laura Price again, this time with Daredevil.
We're down to our last 2 dogs. Look at that weave style, how low he is in the rear end. Very efficient. So she cued that blind early. She did it late, but she cued it early, and I don't think her dog was confused at all. I think he knew it was coming. Nice teamwork. Nice teamwork. And another miss, downside A-frame.
29-27 on the time.
29-27, and she was trying to manage it too. She actually waited there with him.
All right, Barb Davis and Flex. This is our last run of the day. Seated in first.
Good
nice
job,
turn.
Barb. She stayed completely out of the picture and just turned him from a distance. Turned him away from her. Outside turn off the A-frame. This is lovely. This is gorgeous. Well done.
29-59.
Wow. Way to go, Barb. That was beautiful. 29-59. Smooth as silk. Several dogs are on review in this class. We had an awful lot of problems. And we'll see who eked it out and who didn't.
Line is clear. It looks like we're going to have a runoff. We will have a runoff.
Okay, we are. Yes, no problem. No problem. I got it. This is going to be fascinating. I hope if you're on the live stream, I hope you are watching these reviews. You have to remember that in person, these come at you so fast that while it might look blatant on review sometimes, that doesn't mean it was easy to call in the moment. It happens really quickly. So, downside A-frame miss. There's no question about that. I see somebody that might be fun to talk to. I don't know if I can get him, but I see the designer of this course. Let me see if I can get him. Hey, Dave. I'm going to leave my microphone. I'll be right back.
All right. We're going to have the 24-inch awards here shortly. For tomorrow, we have biathlon jumpers in the morning. Judging will start about 9 o'clock. And then in the afternoon, we have the Performance Grand Prix and Grand Prix starting around noon. And somebody said we have a runoff here.
We do.
All right.
I said it. We have a runoff. The two dogs that will be running off, I think it is for 7th place, if I'm not mistaken, but to get the same time, to the 1,000th of a second, that's pretty good.
All right,
so
here
we have
comes
Dasher and Hotshot, and up first is Dasher, the Belgian Tervuren. So this is Melissa Perrot. Beautiful, beautiful opening. Wow, fabulous. He is he's having a better run this time than he had the first time. I'm not kidding. Why did I say that out loud? Okay, so off course over the number 17 jump. She tried to do a real quick spinning front cross at the very base of the A-frame downside. It just didn't pan out. All right, so this is Hotshot. She now knows that she just has to run clean. So that said, you can't really get around this course by being too conservative. But she's just got to be clean. So don't press. Oh, beautiful. Aren't we lovely when there's no pressure? Except going clean is a pressure of its own. But that was a lovely runoff run by Hotshot, who wins this runoff in the 7th place spot.
All right, well, Julie, it has been a pleasure working with you again today.
Yeah,
We'll look forward to doing more of it tomorrow.
we'll be busy tomorrow.
We will.
We've got a lot going on here tomorrow. I think I might try to get the designer of this course to just say a few words about it. He promised.
I'll get him for you.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'll
he's
bring him over.
Yeah. He told me he'd be willing to do that. So if you'd like, we'll have Dave Vasinski come in and just say a few words about this finals course, which he designed. And what Dave tells me is that when they design their courses and send them in, the committee has a lot to choose from, and the designer does not know what course will be used for what purpose. And so Dave found out that his course was actually going to be used for the steeplechase final. He was pretty excited about that. So this is Dave Vasinski, the designer of this course. You also judged, what, did you judge the juniors on it? Or what did you judge? Performance. So you got to judge your own course. How'd you feel about that?
It was good. I enjoyed seeing the people work really, really hard and run really fast. There's no better satisfaction than putting out a course where you see people doing what they want to do on it and not getting frustrated, but just letting it all hang out.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a great group of performance dogs this year. And we really did see that. We saw a lot of different handling options. That's what I kept saying about this course as we were running it, is I like a course where the handlers can use what they do best, and they don't find that only one certain handling style is successful on the course overall. It played all kinds of ways. And you got to judge the performance group. What did you get to watch the finals of the championship?
Oh, yes.
What'd you think?
It's more fun watching the finals without the pressure of having to do the judging part right. So it's awesome to watch people you know and people you don't know just go out there and just hammer the course and show you that you did good, and they can let it all hang out and go for the win.
Yeah, that's fabulous. So did you expect the A-frame to take the incredible toll that it took on this course? It wasn't set up that way.
It wasn't set up that way, but the difference between winning and losing a lot of times is, are you willing to risk faulting it versus going for the win? And I was actually shocked at how many people worked really hard to not miss the contacts.
And missed it anyway.
Yeah, well, and the funniest part was two of the big dogs touched the yellow on the way up like they're supposed to and literally flew over the top, which makes me think for a split second what's going to happen, and smashed down in the yellow. And I'm like, okay, I don't have to call it because that's not exactly safe, but it's wonderful, and they're going to win if they're working that hard.
Fantastic. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I loved the course. I think everybody loved the course. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Thank you so much to all you guys that came out, to all you that are watching it. USCA works really hard, and we want you guys to come and have fun because we know how hard it is to do this stuff. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. What a pleasure. So I will say goodbye to Andy, and I will see him again tomorrow, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. I hope the live stream is showing you the fun we're having, and I hope you'll all join us next year. Bye-bye.